We are back, and this is KLONA Conversation. This is your girl Lois, and today on this series we are going to talk about unemployment and the best way to get a job for those that are doing job searching. And I am hosting an HR specialist, the beautiful, the mother, the queen, but she has content. She's an HR specialist. She has done this for so many years. I don't know how many years, but I'm sure so many years. She has experience. She has interviewed so many people, hired thousands, and also fired thousands. We are going to find out what are those things that we do, the mistakes that we do when we are looking for jobs. Because so many people move street to street, office to office, looking for jobs, and they fail to get the jobs. But there are people who get the jobs. So what are those things that we do wrong? That we do wrong when we are doing the job search. Rebecca, how are you?
I'm good,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you
I am
too.
so excited to host you on KLONA Conversation.
Me too.
I want you to introduce yourself in the best way comfortable. You can say I'm a mother of 7 or I'm a mother of nations. Introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Rebecca. I'm glad to be here. I am married to a very handsome man, Mr. Israel Serumpanise Sechiranda. We have 4 beautiful children. I have so many other children, so I'm
Mother of nations.
yes, I could say.
Okay, welcome to this show. But on
Thank
this
you.
show, we are going to talk about HR issues. You're the people who don't give us jobs. When we apply, you put in the newspapers, we even be thinking you have your people, but you make us apply for the jobs. Is it true?
I don't think it is true.
Really?
Yes, it's
Rebecca,
not true.
we have applied for jobs, but you apply for like 100 jobs, you only called for an interview in 1 job, which you don't even get. So I want to know, what mistakes do we make and we fail to get those jobs?
You know, job searching can really be stressful.
Why?
Even the most knowledgeable person can fail to get a job for small, simple mistakes that they do.
Like?
Um,
Small, simple?
yes, sometimes they are small.
Like? I can't wait to hear those small, simple mistakes that we make.
Yeah, but along the way, when you know, learning is a continuous process. When you learn and try to improve on how you actually apply or how you handle a certain job application, you improve along the way.
That is how when
And,
you learn, when the HRs never tell you that you would have got this job if you did A, B, C, D. They just, the lucky few, they give you an email telling you, we are sorry, we could not
True.
give you this job. They never tell you why.
Yeah,
That's why we keep thinking, you had your people.
it's unfortunate that most of the HR practitioners or the recruiters will not actually tell you the exact reason you did not get a particular job. But as you actually go through the interviews, you rate yourself. You actually know
That
I failed this question, I answered it wrongly, this one I answered it super, this one I need to read. Sometimes we go for interviews, they ask us simple questions, we ambiguate answers. Yeah?
Because we are scared.
I know, but you know, sometimes we go off board. We leave the main point. But you see, when every time you go back after doing an interview, it is important for you to do a self-audit. You do a self-audit and try to improve, because when you walk out of that door after doing the interview or after attempting the interview, you will know what you've done wrong and right. Trust me. So you need to take
But
time
Rebecca,
and meditate.
between me and you, we have looked for jobs. You clearly know that there are those jobs. You really saw the advert. You had every qualification, like you ticked boxes. You applied, they call you for an interview. You really do well in the interview, but you don't get the job.
Now, for you to say that you did well in the interview is
Subjective to
Yes.
getting the job.
yes. To you, you might have thought you have done well.
Yes.
Yet, in the eyes of the recruiter, there is something missing. Yeah.
And what is that?
And for starters, I think I want to say that preparation when you're going to apply for a job is very important.
So what do you need to know? My viewers need to know. What do you need to do?
When you see a job that is being advertised, yeah, you need to read in detail, yeah, what the recruiter is looking for, right? I know we have beautiful CVs, but sometimes we have to edit our CVs
to tailor them
to meet a specific
job
need.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
So we do not have, sometimes we are rushing. We just pick the CVs we have.
The common CV, the standard one.
You do not take care to prepare. You know, preparation takes a lot of time and effort. You're showing interest in this job. Before you even apply, you need to take time and read about this company. What do they actually do? What kind
you
of
read about the
people?
company when you're going for the interview.
By the way, it is important for you to read about the company even before you apply, because there it sets your tone. It helps you to kind of strategically edit your CV to fit a particular job need.
So are you trying to tell us that every time you look for a new job or apply for a new job, you have to change your CV, you have to tailor it to the needs of the employer?
Exactly.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. Because I always picked my CV, attached to the expression of interest, and submit.
No, it's a bit much more than that. And because we want to take it just the usual, we want to just do...
We are rushing.
Yes, and then we want to take shortcuts. Sometimes the advert or the application is asking for specific
things,
which you must answer, yeah, in your application, which you must take care of. But because we have a standard job application,
I know,
and
you
the
just
CV, you just edit the address
dates,
and the date, and you just forward. You know?
So those are the mistakes we make.
Yeah, because then if you cannot listen to instructions, because when I request that we need somebody who will be able to do this and this and this, you need to do this, you need to do this, and then you give me a certain application and you're not meeting what I am requesting right from the beginning, it really shows that even when we take you on, you will
be that kind of employee.
Yes, you will not be listening to instructions.
So right away you discard me before even you bring me on board. Oh my God. So I want to understand, what else do you do in preparation apart from revising your CV?
When we are preparing, really, what I would advise people, to really emphasize, I would like to emphasize that people invest more time in networking, and in this I mean productive networking.
What is productive
networking? A recruitment survey done in 2017, I think, showed that 60% of the good recruiters got hired in different companies were actually hired through referrals. So it is important for you to network with the people in a similar field, people in a higher field, but like similar, like
where you want to work.
Yeah, if you're a human resource person, ensure you are a member of the...
But how will we make the networks when we are not employed?
Oh my God.
We are not employed, so how are we going to get the networks?
When you can search, look out for those opportunities. Because even when, for example, the Human Resource Managers Association of Uganda, we always have different meetings and get-togethers and everything.
Do you invite?
Yes. And
do you invite the aspiring HRers, not the actual working HRers, but the aspiring HRers, people who just want to be HRers, but they are not yet? You know,
sometimes most of this organization or that the Human Resource Managers Association of Uganda is actually, it's a membership organization. You have to pay for membership.
Once you pay, you're a member.
Yeah. Okay. However, when they have activities, even non-members are welcome. Okay. Although, when you're a member, sometimes they charge a fee, like a little subsidized for members, and when you're a non-member, you pay a little higher, but not a lot.
So what other mistake do we make when we are looking
So
for
when
jobs?
when we do that, we come up with friends. We meet friends who are in our field, who are maybe having more experience.
Who have jobs?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah,
Okay.
they do have jobs at times, and they can easily refer you.
Okay.
So when you keep quiet, and also the other mistake we do is that people have a perception that that the jobs that are advertised have already been pre-filled.
Okay, now tell us the truth. No one is hearing.
The truth is
true?
Sometimes it is a yes and no.
Oh, okay.
For some organizations,
so our thoughts are true.
Partly.
Okay. At least for some
For some organizations, that can be just a tick in the box. But the biggest percentage of organizations,
they really mean it.
They really mean it. It
But
is just that people have the perception that the jobs have already been filled, and people do not even apply.
Yeah,
or even when they do apply, they do not take trouble
to prepare and CVs and Google, because you've been disappointed over and over and over. You lose energy, you lose hope. The Bible says hope deferred breaks the bonds. You get tired and you lose hope. So because of that, people give up. But I want to talk about the organizations that advertise when they already have their people. What makes them advertise when they already have their people? What is the whole point? Okay, HR, tell us why.
No,
but why?
Really, most of the organizations do not advertise when they already have their people. Sometimes the people...
I think they do because of procurement procedures. They want to have numbers.
Compliance. Sometimes they want to comply with their policies and everything. However, when you are a member of the organization and there is another job that is coming up, you are on a better side. Yeah, okay. Because you have more information. We really cannot compete with somebody who is coming from outside. So some people think that we have already predetermined our candidates. So you first
consider your internal staff?
Not really considering our internal staff, but most times when we are setting our interview questions, all right, we are going around that job. We won't ask you anything that is outside that job. So you find that this person who is already working with that organization
has the institution memory.
Yes.
They know what they are asking already, so they have a higher chance. Okay, we are going for a break and we are coming back with some other mistakes that we make, but I'm surprised that it is true you advertise when you don't mean that job. We are coming back. I'm broke. Yes, we are back on this episode where we are talking about the mistakes we make when you're looking for jobs. Those things that you say, I've applied for 1,000 jobs, I've given up, those people never give me their jobs. In our previous session, we talked about three or four things that we have mistakes with. We have the HR practitioner. She prefers calling herself HR practitioner, but my English will say she's an HR specialist. She's also a trainer of trainers, so she trains people. She has experience in, she has hired many, she has fired many, she has attended so many interviews. Probably she has interviewed you before, probably you know her face. So let's hear it out. What are those things that we have done wrong and we lost a job that we thought we had right? Rebecca, we are back.
Yes.
What are the other mistakes?
The other mistake is, I could say, is opening up yourself. Casting your net too wide. Okay,
you get tired.
You want to apply for every job that comes your way. I think what I would advise that is for you to find your niche. Know that this is what I want.
The reality is, Rebecca, you know why we do that? Because you're trying out desperation. Pushes you to every corner. You reach a point and say, never clean and
I know.
You know? So people keep scattering. They call for an accountant, you give in. They call administrator, you give in. Then they are saying data entrance, you're the same person who is applying. So that desperation is what is making us do that. And you're thinking, maybe if I get this, I'll then narrow into that.
No.
You don't think it's right.
Yeah, but I am a Christian and I believe in the Bible. With all due respect
Yes,
of
on
all
this
other
channel we are
beliefs.
Christian and we refer to the Bible principles.
In Jeremiah 29:11 it says that God has
A plan for us,
for
a
us
perfect plan
a
for
perfect
us.
plan, a plan to prosper us,
Yes,
not a plan
to bring disaster.
exactly. So
Trust in the
even
Lord.
when we are doing whatever we are doing, we need to have that trust.
You know, people usually say that when you
In
hear
God.
someone start telling you trust in God, just know that's the last
Do your
bullet
part and trust in God. There
I
are things that
know.
you may not be able to
to do.
but do what you have to do. All
Okay.
right, and like I want us to go back, casting your net too wide. Yeah,
Applying for everything.
applying for you lose focus. Yeah, you need to know that this is what I want and this is what I want to go for. So you take time to research about it. You find time. You identify people who are doing something
So you
similar,
learn
and you learn from
get
them.
some
And then,
experience.
as you learn, you learn. You kind of get back to what you have done before, and you're able to learn from your mistakes, and you work towards improving on those mistakes. If we do not take criticisms positively, then we shall never learn, because we are all human beings and we err, because there is a saying that to err is human.
To human, yeah.
Okay? So it is not good for you to think that when you err, it is bad and you should feel bad about it. The most important thing is for you to learn from that mistake. And try to
Basically,
improve.
accept negative criticism.
Yes.
But how will I know how I have failed? Whether my
Like I said,
application was not nice.
Like I said in the morning, of course, when you apply for a particular job and they never even get back to you, you know, most times they would say that only successful candidates will be contacted.
And you
so
were never
for
contacted.
sure, if you were not contacted,
Yes.
get time to look through that application. Compare your application with the advert. And I am sure
you will realize your mistakes.
Yes.
And be honest to yourself.
Be honest to yourself.
If you
do
lie to
a
yourself,
self-audit, yeah, something that you identify yourself, yeah, will make a better and good impact on your life.
Basically, you assess yourself and realize your mistakes and correct them.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
And
What
then
other mistakes
you
do we
avoid
make?
being too aggressive. Sometimes we send you're interested in a particular organization and you're like, okay, for me, I want to work for an international organization.
Specifically, UN Black.
And then you just look out for any job advert that comes from that.
UN.
Yes.
So you apply for drivers.
Sometimes recruiters blacklist you.
Seriously?
Yes.
When they oversee you, apply for
when
jobs.
they oversee you applying for any job that comes your way.
Seriously?
For example, if somebody comes to my office and says, I would like a job. So I asked you, what kind of job do you want? And then the moment you tell me anything, I can't hire you.
Oh
because
my God.
It already shows you
that
do not know
lost.
what you want.
I know.
And you will be lost amongst everything. Everybody will be pushing you.
We should not allow our desperation to push us to being too desperate that you just cast your net, you be so ambitious, you can do, or you lose your value.
And then sometimes being too aggressive is sometimes you send the application and later you can even call the recruiter and say, I put in my application but I have not got any response.
Is that a mistake?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Sometimes, yes.
Are you for real?
Yes, you need to
I thought it's a good sign that you care.
Exercise some bit of patience. Yes, you can send an email and ask when really, ample time has been given to the recruiters, because sometimes for one reason or the other, we might have advertised for a job and later our priorities change. And
as recruiters.
Yes, and then we don't
and you
get
don't
back
recruit.
To you. Yeah.
Does it offend you for me to call and find?
Sometimes,
I applied 3 months ago. You said you'll get back to us in 2 weeks, and you haven't. Do you get offended?
But remember, there is that statement down. Maybe you don't even qualify, and that's the reason. You're not getting a response.
Noted.
Really.
Please don't call those organizations that you apply for and tell
Show
them,
some
I
bit of
applied
respect, yeah, and exercise reasonable patience.
Madam
It is
Rebecca,
important.
I really feel that you're being unfair to us who are looking for jobs. Because for you, you're seated in an office somewhere. Do you know what it means when you don't have a job? You feel like you just need the next job. So that desperation pushes us to do all that.
I know,
Okay, but we are learning. What else?
Then the other thing is for you to move with the trend. Okay, learn to move with the trend. Due to COVID-19, most of the interviews or applications are not physical. Yeah, you will find that most of them are done online. Yeah, so you need to teach yourself to be comfortable, to navigate those different
Apps.
you know, apps.
And how they work.
Yeah, be comfortable, like how to operate them, because you know that if you have a chance to be invited for an interview, 90% of the chance will, like, it will be like there will be virtual interviews. So if you don't know how to navigate those platforms, my friend, you'll have a problem. Okay? And then
what if I am old age and I cannot handle?
Times are no longer as usual. You have to move with the trends, because even when we hire you, it won't be different.
Are there people who have failed to get a job because they didn't attend an interview because it was on Zoom?
Yes, yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Like, why?
Now, previously, you know, you need to put in transport money and, you know,
you show up.
You show up. So you have, for this time, you need to have a smartphone.
And data.
And
a quiet place.
And a quiet place for you to be able to attend that interview.
What if it's your network that is not your internet?
That one which is always,
sort it out.
That one is always, the technical people always set that out. And if there is really, if the problem is on our side, I'm sure the recruiters always give people another chance.
Sure.
Really, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that was
But it is important for you to keep abreast with the current trends.
Is it okay for me to post my job application? Like, I'm looking for a job on Facebook.
There are other professional
ways.
Websites. Yeah, like LinkedIn. Yeah.
But LinkedIn, you really, because they just show you that 20 people viewed your CV. No one ever gets.
But in LinkedIn, you have an opportunity to blow your trumpet. Actually, that brings me to my next point. You have an opportunity to talk about your successes, what you have been able to accomplish. And several recruiters are on LinkedIn, and I have seen so many friends getting jobs through LinkedIn. So please don't underrate it. Okay, and in LinkedIn, it's another way of networking. Yeah, networking with people, because you can be able to see people who relate to your kind of profession, all right?
Because most times people are honest on LinkedIn.
Yes, and then the other thing is, even on social media, when we are on social media, we need to be very careful on the content we put out, because these days, the recruiters are becoming smarter.
Okay.
When you come for an interview, I can ask you for your social media handles, and then I will look out for your social media pages, the kind of posts you do, the kind of conversations you hold, the language, because it will help me to know
the kind of
your personality. When you come and you're just attending an interview with me, it may be difficult for me to really know that Lois is this kind of person. But
so if you're posting your half-naked photos on Facebook, if you're abusing your friends on Facebook, and then you apply for a job, you go for an interview, they shortlist you, but they back check your social media pages.
It's also part of the background check.
So it can play the good part or the bad part.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And also,
I hope you're learning.
When we say that you have, when you keep saying that you have a passion for something, talk about it on your pages. For example, if you say, I have a passion for children, working with youth and everything, if I go through the social media pages and for sure you do not talk or you don't post anything
about children,
that it can never be true that you have a passion for something, because when you're passionate about something,
You
will always, say something about it.
So if someone says
we need to walk the talk. Yeah.
So is it okay for us to separate that kind of life from our life? Because stuff happens. We will post nudes, like those things. Like someone will take my photo at the beach, post it and tag me.
Walk the talk.
Walk the talk. Okay, so that has made people lose jobs.
Yes, because these days people come up with CVs and they concoct stuff. So by the way,
even the recruiters are becoming tighter and smarter.
We are doing more
investigations and different ways of investigating.
Yes. And then when you give me your CV and it is detailed, this is what I have done. I have worked with this organization, the other, and the other. All right. Even you've given me your references. So most times the references that we get are maybe your friends. And they will not say anything about you.
Have you done that before?
Sometimes the referees will even ask you to fill the forms.
Have you done it before for yourself? Because I have. Why would I put the HR that did not like me?
I know.
Yet I have a friend who works in the same organization who can really write good about me. And what's wrong with that?
We are moving away from that. So we are not only looking
checking on your referees.
Yes, we are thinking
you're going behind us.
Yes. So we need to make sure that
so these are more reasons why we never get shortlisted, we never get called back.
Sometimes.
Oh my God. It is so unfair.
And even when you get the chance and you have been invited for a job interview, most times they will ask you to talk about yourself. All right? And then at that point
of the interview,
so many people get it wrong. There is a lot we have done. We have got, you're busy telling us about your qualifications, yet we already have that information in the CV. So at that point, it is your time, it is your opportunity to blow your trumpet, to talk about certain other things that you have been able to accomplish. All right? That may not really
be in the CV.
They might be in the CV, but they may not have been brought out very well. Yeah. So you need to think through certain things and rehearse what are those things you want people to know about you. Okay?
So the interview section is a part where you have to blow your trumpet.
Yes, because nobody is going to blow the trumpet for you. It is your chance.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, when I say blowing your trumpet, whatever information you share, exactly, must be verifiable. Because you might mention something and the interviewer is very interested in a specific issue you have.
Do you recruiters check on Google to Google our names and check who we are, whether we actually graduated, which kind of links or publications we have and all that?
We do that.
Does that help us get jobs, or it goes against us?
By the time we go to that, you're almost
at the last stages.
Yes, and we just want to ensure we are doing our due diligence to make sure that even if you give me a certified copy of your academic documents, it is my duty as the recruiter to go to your university.
Because it might be from NASA.
Exactly.
Okay. Being a Ugandan is a full-time job.
So we have to do our due diligence. Sometimes we don't get back to you because of those small. And by the way, our lecturers also have information about us.
That guy missed all the lectures, but he passed anyway. Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. It was nice having you here. We have cut our conversation. I'm sure people enjoyed, people have learned. Those who are looking for jobs, those who have lost jobs and still sketching where to go, I'm sure you have learned a lot. We'll bring you back on another episode talking about the interviews. When you enter that room full of 6 people, some are in specs, others are in suits. Everyone is looking at you. What do we have to do? For now, we'll break. See you next time. Please like, subscribe, check on us all the time. We have good content. Bye. This is KLONA.